भारत पूरे क्षेत्र के लिए एमआरओ का हब बन सकता है। आज सभी ग्लोबल एविएशन कंपनीज भारत में मौजूद है। मैं उन्हें इन अवसरों का पूरा लाभ उठाने के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं। एयर इंडिया और एयरबस का समझौता भारत फ्रांस स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप के लिए भी एक महत्वपूर्ण उपलब्धि है।
Airbus is contributing to the outstanding development of India, and the new 250 aircrafts which will be delivered to Air India will be one more step in this direction. There is a deep commitment in France to provide the state-of-the-art, the most efficient technologies available to India, and to be part of your Made in India strategy.
Clearly, it's a big deal. A year after coming into the Tata Group, Air India on February 14th said it had placed an order for 470 planes, 250 with European plane maker Airbus and 220 with America's Boeing. This is the world's largest ever single tranche aircraft purchase, eclipsing the 2011 American Airlines order for 460 planes. The deal is valued at over $70 billion. Sealing the deal reportedly took months of secret talks, which were carried out in London. Air India's order involves 70 wide-body and 400 narrow-body aircraft from the two aircraft makers. It also has the option to increase the size of the order from both. The first 31 aircraft will arrive in the second half of 2023. Air India has also signed deals with engine manufacturers, CFM International, GE and Rolls-Royce. Airbus and Boeing form a virtual duopoly in the global civilian aircraft market. And the Indian market may deliver equally lucrative deals beyond Air India. According to aviation consulting firm Kappa India, Indigo is also exploring an order for 500 aircraft. The Air India deal comes at a time when India has a pressing need for more planes. Last year, a business standard analysis had estimated that the Indian aviation market would need 2,200 new aircraft between 2022 and 2040, a threefold jump from where its commercial fleet stood then. That's just a shade below what all the Latin American airlines will need in that same period, and about 65% of the entire Middle East region's projected demand. Meanwhile, China will need almost 4 times as many new aircraft by 2040. But Beijing's homegrown civil aircraft may dampen Airbus and Boeing's prospects to some extent. So, what does the Air India deal say about the size and potential of the Indian aviation market?
India's fleet has reduced by over 400 aircraft, and this began from when Kingfisher Airline closed. There was 150 aircraft which left. Then when Jet Airways shut down, 160 aircraft left. So this 470 aircraft, I mean, eventually when we get to 470, which will be in 5 or 6 years from now, isn't really doing much. We need a commercial air fleet, passenger fleet of at least 2,500 aircraft. So it's a step, but it's a baby step.
On the wide body side of things, this is the largest wide body order, if I'm not wrong, in the Indian market. Now we are expecting another 1,000 to 1,200 orders to come through. If you look at the the Indian market, it has always been a very capacity starved, especially on the international, a little capacity starved markets. It is definitely a step in the right direction, and we do feel that it is highly reflective of the true potential of the Indian market, right? Especially on the international side, which has remained highly underpenetrated.
India became the third largest aviation market in the world in 2022, and India's total air passenger traffic is expected to increase from around 340 million during FY20 to around 830 million by FY33. That is the assessment of the Airports Authority of India. So, what do the Air India deal and the prospect of even more aircraft taking to the Indian skies mean for the market?
Year on year, we have a fleet, we have an air traffic growth, and we need to meet up and keep up with that air traffic growth. And we're not doing it because the fleet coming in, or the fleet we have in India, is just about covering or taking care of what we have in terms of growth, and our growth is being restricted. But once we start deploying more capacity in the market, we should see a balance in airfare. We should see better competition, a better product, a better service.
These aircraft, if they as and when they are deployed in these markets, we will see a lot of new market getting created. We will see a lot of demand percolating to other markets apart from the US, London, and the Canada, the major markets that the Indian travel to. This is the right time for the Indian carriers to also chip away some of the traffic from the Gulf carriers also.
Boeing already sources $1 billion in products and services from India annually. Meanwhile, Airbus sources $650 million in manufactured parts and engineering services every year from Indian suppliers. Addressing a virtual meeting with the French president on the Air India deal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India could become a maintenance, repair and overhaul hub. The Air India deal is also being seen as a stepping stone for bringing commercial aircraft manufacturing to India.
It's wishful thinking to at some point consider a final assembly line for a large aircraft like a Boeing 777 or an Airbus A350. There's no way that Europe, Airbus, or the US, Boeing is going to give India carte blanche transfer of technology to make its latest equipment.
In order for the MRO facilities also to come up in a country, you need the volumes. This is the right time for the operators to actually consider the Indian market, because there are volumes that are going to be coming into the Indian market, not just of narrow bodies but also of wide bodies.
Both US President Biden and UK PM Sunak have said that the Air India deal would create a considerable number of jobs in their respective countries. That explains their praise for it. For India, it is a reflection of the potential of its civil aviation market. Whether that potential can be translated into made in India passenger planes and the country becoming an MRO hub remains to be seen.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.